following program contains language and subject matter suitable only for an adult audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to This Show Sucks, broadcasting live here on ThisShowSucks.com via Ustream TV. I am your host, Bryce Kane, and joining me on the round table is the glorious Jessica Kane, the Asian mama, Kim Rushton, and, of course, the voice of God, George Leahy. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm good.
Doing great.
Really good.
Where's the Asian mama?
Fantastic.
You don't sound fantastic. Hello, Kim.
I've just had a rough day, that's all. I'm right here.
What's happening? What's going on with you? You sound like you're like really down and shit.
Just had surgery last Wednesday, been trying to heal up, catch up with school. We gotta move soon again temporarily, and our little one's teething again, so I'm on the brink of insanity.
You've got a lot going on. And speaking of that, which I'm really glad that you're getting through your stuff. I wanted to give a shout out to Ray. He's not with us tonight. I guess he's recovering from what did he have, babe? Like upper GI.
He had to have an upper GI scope, and I hear he still has to have surgery. He's got tummy problems.
Yeah, so
hopefully it turns out better than, Sigourney Weaver in Alien. Other than that, I don't know what else to say.
Get better, Ray.
He's a fan of the horror fans, and all I can see is, it's coming out. Kill it.
Yeah, we were joking about, he likes posting like really big asses on his page, and now he's got something shoved up his ass to inflate it, so I guess it's kind of karma or something. But he should be good coming back to us pretty soon.
I think he's feeling a little better because he's posting bigger and wider asses than ever on his page as of lately.
Then he must be doing
I
good.
didn't really get any bigger.
With Charlene, shit, you never know, man. And it seems like the bigger the ass, the better he's feeling. So we're hoping for a speedy recovery. Well, as you guys can see, or hear, or whatever, tonight we've got a different setup for our radio show. Broadcasting, of course, as you see and hear live here on ThisShowSucks.com. And this is, hopefully, if all this works out, this is how we're going to be doing it from now on. We do have a few minor glitches we got to work out. The sound levels are really quiet when we talk and everything. They're different than the commercials and the songs and stuff like that. We're going to try to get that figured out. But until then, you're just going to have to deal with us living up to our show name because the show sucks.
And if there's any questions now, instead of calling in, you just type them in the chat box, and George or I or myself will see them, and then we will respond to your question as we get to them. And I'm already picking up that Cuddle Bump is mouthing because he's already spouting profanity. And of course, Cutie Love is doting.
Right, and we've got this setup. I think, just my opinion is better than what we have with Blog Talk. They had a decent setup, but here we can pretty much broadcast as many songs as we want. We can go on as long as we want, and we can broadcast directly on our page and not have to go to another page and so on. So I think it's going to be good. And what we're doing now is we're going to be doing a roundtable type deal instead of just going with like one particular subject and trying to go on like an hour long or half hour long show about it. We're going to try to do about 4 topics or so per show. So this show is, and I'm going to try not to have it theme oriented. I'm going to try to actually just go with whatever's important during the week. But this show's got a theme that is pretty much gay, lesbian oriented, gender bending, transgender, all that kind of stuff. So that's not your thing. Go fuck yourself. We're going to talk about it anyways. So anyway,
Well, it's a good thing that a lot of our audience basically fucks the same sex. So, I mean, we have a huge following, and
right. So the big story this week, I think, out of all the topics we got lined up, is there was an article, or there's been several articles written about this a catalog called J. Crew, which it's it's a fashion magazine, various different fashions, men, women, kids, all that stuff. And there's a page inside this catalog where the president and creative director is she's telling about how she spends her time off, and she's got various different things. And one of the pictures she shows in there is she's spending time with her son, painting his toenails, and they're goofing off and stuff like that. Normal. I mean, the kid's like 5 years old. Normal, no big deal. Stuff like that. She's painting his toenails neon pink, and a lot of people went ape shit over that. I mean, it was pretty much a non-issue, at least as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of people went completely ape shit about it this week, and I wanted to actually kind of throw this around the table and see what you guys think about this. Well, first I'm going to start with George, since I know Jess and Kim, you guys have seen this. Have you heard about this yet, George?
I've heard about it. I haven't actually seen the pictures or anything, but yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah, there was.
I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah, well, see, there's I'm looking at the picture right now. It's, a regular picture of a mom and her kid goofing off. It's, the only thing that people centered on was this bright neon fingernail polish. I mean, the rest of it, it looks completely, the whole thing looks completely, what do you call it, innocent, but it's like they centered on this bright neon fingernail polish, and suddenly they're, especially over at Fox News, they're screaming, gender bending, and you're going to turn the kid gay and stuff like that. I've got a couple quotes here I wanted to throw out on that. Aaron R. Brown, who is a part of what they call Culture and Media Institute, whose mission is to uphold traditional values, which is basically code for prejudice and homophobia and all that shit. She says that this picture it spreads features of blatant propaganda celebrating transgender children. And I don't know about you, but I mean, there's just transgender children running everywhere. I mean, they're all over the place. I don't know. You guys,
Look out!
I mean, we're infested with them, especially here in America. She says, yeah, the woman's Jenna. Her name is Jenna. What the hell is her name? Jenna Lyons. She said Jenna's indulgence or encouragement could make life hard for the boy in the future. Now, that wasn't the most outrageous statement that I heard or that I read in these articles. The most outrageous statement that I read comes from Dr. Keith Oblo, which I lovingly refer to him as Keith Blowjob. It says he's a what the hell is he? He's a psychiatrist and a Fox News contributor. So this is going to be filled with love. He says, if you have no problem with the J. Crew ad, how about one with a little boy who models sundresses? What could be a problem with that? Of course, my opinion on that is what problem is there? But that's not the most outrageous thing that he says. What he says, and this just floored me when I read this. He says, and I'm quoting here, well, how about the fact that encouraging the choosing of gender identity rather than suggesting our children become comfortable with the ones that they got at birth can throw our species into real psychological turmoil, not to mention crowding operating rooms with procedures to grotesquely amputate body parts. Why not make race the next frontier? What would be so wrong with people deciding to tattoo themselves dark brown and claim African American heritage? Why not bleach the skin of others so they can play act as Caucasians? So he's looking at this picture of this mom and this kid goofing off and seeing body parts amputated in a hospital and people going apeshit trying to change their gender. It's just fucking crazy.
You know, watching that picture of that mom paint her toenails, it so makes me want to be white.
Yeah, I just saw the picture, and it's totally innocent, man. It looks like they're having fun to me.
Yeah.
Okay, and now's when I tell you, we've got 3 boys. And you know what? You can ask Bryce. There are times of the week where 2 of them jump up on the coffee table and I paint their toenails. There are days that our 5-year-old goes to school with black fingernails. Why? Because his dad's a rock star and he wants black fingernails, damn it. And so guess what?
Actually,
I indulge that.
You started doing that before we met. So I mean, you know, you've been doing this for a long time.
Right, because I believe firmly gay people are born gay. It's not a college thing. You know, they may choose to come out in college or whatever, but it's something you're born with. It's something who you are deep on the inside, no matter when you choose to express that. So me painting my 5-year-old's fingernails isn't going to make him something he wasn't born, you know? If he was born gay, this may encourage him to be more flamboyant and you know, parade around like Malfi talking about dicks in your ass. But it's he's happy with his black fingernails and his black toenails. You know, it doesn't make him any more George Leahy either, you know?
Well, I'm a little concerned myself because I paint my girls' fingernails and toenails, so I'm wondering if I might not be a gay and not know it.
Hells yeah.
You could be, and
There's pictures on my Facebook of makeup that Bryce put on me. How's he like that one?
oh hell yeah, you put me in makeup.
I did.
We did a photo shoot for a song that I'm doing for the next album, a song called "The Animal Song," and it's basically the song is about looking at people who say this kind of thing, and basically says, if you're the prime example, if you're the quintessential example of what a human being should be, I would rather be an animal. I'd rather have nothing to do with you. And so that's why it's called The Animal Song and so on. And so she put me in makeup so I could Photoshop better me kind of morphed into an animal look on the page. I had eyeliner on and shit, so...
We started with foundation. We did blush, concealer. He's got eyeliner, black lipstick, mascara. He did it all, and he looked fierce, bitches. Fierce. Take that one down. It was great.
I was flaming, and it was awesome.
And he photoshopped the Gay Pride flag shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So... Yeah.
In the immortal words of Kim, I had a moisty like you wouldn't believe. It was amazing. I'm putting on it just going, God damn, you're a sexy bastard.
So what Kim, you read some of this. What did you think about all that stuff?
I think they're turning something completely that is innocent to something dirty, per se.
Right.
In my opinion. I mean, I'm sorry. I would do this with my son just to play around.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have fun. Like, this is funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was first off the child's choice. I mean, if he's just wanting to hang out, play with mom, whatever. You don't know how. If he chooses to, keep wearing fingernail polish, he might move on to black.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Right.
You can't predict. You know, and I totally don't see anything wrong with this picture at all because he's giggling, mom's giggling, they're having a good time.
Exactly.
And, you know, for these mass media, they're destroying that innocence of it.
Yeah, and it's really sad that we've got that kind of prejudice here in the U.S., you know. Well, we are going to take a break for a second, and I figure why don't we just segue into one of our sponsors, the Church of Sodomy. We'll be back in just a second.
He has slept with more women than Hugh Hefner and more men than Tom Cruise. The size of his penis makes Ron Jeremy cry every single morning. The secret ingredient in Viagra is his man juice. His Facebook statuses make porn stars blush. He is the horniest man in the world.
I don't always go to church, but when I do, I go to the churchofsodomy.com. Stay horny, my friends.
Welcome back to This Show Sucks here. I'm on, I almost said it, on thisshowsucks.com, streaming live via Ustream TV. I almost said Blog Talk. I've got really used to saying that, so. But
Hey,
Just said you would.
Pretty
Yeah.
Poodle, I really agree with you on the whole Christmas thing, and you keep coming back, and we have a lot of anti-Christmas music. You'll really enjoy that. So,
I'm not even looking at the chat room. What's going on? Who's saying
well,
what?
they're talking about, you know, how raising kids, that you give them choices in what they can and can't do, and they were talking about Christmas and Easter and things like that. They were talking about which holidays suck, and you know, she's new to the show. She's new to my friend's page, and she doesn't know that we here are really, really kind of atheistic in nature, and we don't push religion on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we have lots of anti-Christmas music and things like that.
Yeah,
we
maybe
typically-
I should have put an anti-Christmas song for the end of this show, but we'll try to bring one of those in. Actually, if you go to afallenmind.com, then you can listen to some after the show. So
Yeah, don't leave.
yeah, don't leave. We need you to listen. All right. Well, speaking of sodomy, that brings us to our next topic. Jess brought this to my attention from a Facebook group, and it kind of floored me.
We lost Kim, by the way.
We lost Kim?
No, I'm right here.
Oh, you're there? Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Oh, she went red on my screen. She popped red.
Okay. About 8 or 9 years ago, around there, I don't remember the exact number, the sodomy laws were struck down by the Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, as unconstitutional. So, people don't know out there what the sodomy laws the United States are. There are laws on the books that are mostly to discriminate against homosexuals, but the laws were written in a way to say that if you had butt sex, if you had oral sex, if you had or if you had sex with in any position that was not facing your partner, so basically,
Well, actually, I believe it says any act of sex that does not produce in a child.
yeah, it's not procreative sex, but they also, a lot of it was, anal sex, oral sex, and stuff like that. So a lot of it was, of course, focused towards being, prejudice against homosexuals, and also trying to control people in general in the bedroom. Well, that was, I don't know when those laws came into effect, but those were on the books for fucking ever, a long time. And about 8 or 9 years ago, it was struck down by the Supreme Court in a trial. I think it was Lawrence versus Texas. It was somebody versus Texas, and I'm not really sure why it came about that these people fought the law. I think they got busted by the cops in their house, two homosexual men having consensual sex with each other, and they got thrown in jail for it or some shit. Anyway, so it was struck down about 8 or 9 years ago, and so I figured, I didn't really research it much after that, but I was like rejoicing. I was like, hell yeah, those laws are some of the stupidest on the books. And then just brought to my attention that there are still states in the United States that have the sodomy laws on the books. And I, went and looked it up, and it's just, it's freaking ludicrous. I'm not surprised that most of these states that have them on the books are where? In the South. But, I mean, it's fucking crazy.
That makes me kind of want to move to the South, so that way it'd make sex more fun, because it'd be illegal. You know what I mean?
The thing about it is it's not illegal because the Supreme Court struck it down. However, all of these individual states keep it on the books. That way, they can give gay couples and things like that shit. To say, hey, we can still haul you into jail. We can't charge you with anything. We'll have to let you go because it's not illegal, but we can scare the fuck out of you. The state of Mississippi just now removed slavery laws off their books like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was illegal as hell in the United States to own a slave unless you lived in Mississippi, and didn't get popped by,
I guess my question is, how the fuck do they uphold them? I mean, do they have spies in our bedrooms?
That's the thing. They can't. They can't uphold these laws. However, these politicians are keeping them on the books as protest, to basically send a message to, mainly to homosexuals, that your kind of activity is not welcome in our state. So they can't. They don't have the manpower to enforce it.
I'd just like to say that's not limited to homosexuals, for the record.
I want to address something. Lovely Cutie. In the United States, yes, the act of prostitution is illegal unless you take a video camera and pay the bitch, and then it's called pornography, and that's completely legal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a loophole. Prostitution and solicitation of prostitution is completely illegal unless you pay her and videotape it, or him, and then it's called pornography and it's legal.
Right, but if you're in Nevada, if you have a license and you work,
or if you're at a bunny farm,
and you work at a certain establishment, then it's legal. It's fucking laws.
And you probably know Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, no
winning.
But yeah, if you live in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, Utah, or Idaho, doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, any kind of butt sex, any kind of what they call sodomy is completely illegal. Now,
do you know how many times I broke the law in the last month?
Yeah, right. But in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Montana, those laws are only specifically homosexually targeted. So you can go, and if you're a straight couple, and fuck each other in the ass or whatever, in those states, but if you're 2 guys or 2 chicks or whatever doing that, completely illegal.
You know what? I showed you that website a couple of days ago. It's illegal to spit on the sidewalk in Montana, too, on a Sunday. There's all kinds of ridiculous laws still on the books in the U.S. that people can say, hey, that's on the laws, it's on the books, we can charge you for it. Nobody does that.
No.
Nobody does that. And yes, Matt, even if you stick a dildo up your ass, it's non-procreative sex, and that is called sodomy.
Oh, I think it's in Texas and maybe a few other states. I know it's definitely in Texas. It is illegal to sell lifelike dildos.
Well, it's illegal to have more than so many dildos at that in Texas.
Right, but in Texas, they have to be the straight plastic. I mean, and they have to call them, what was it, massage enhancers or some shit. But yeah. You can't have realistic dildos in Texas or vibrators. I don't even think you can have a realistic.
They have to be shaped like cow cocks.
Yeah. While we're still on the subject, you can't get a tattoo in the state of Oklahoma. You know, where they took all of the Native American people and lumped them together and they got tattoos as part of their tribal heritage. There is not one legal tattoo parlor in the state of Oklahoma. It is completely
There's not in
illegal.
Indiana either.
No shit.
Indiana's the same way. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
I
tattoo
remember
parlors all
Indiana
over the
like
place.
that.
It's not enforced,
Uh-huh. What'd you say, Kim?
but it.
Kim?
No, I've lived in Indiana many years ago, and I remember that law.
Oh, yeah?
Hello?
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they're
and
all over the
I was
place.
just gonna say,
Go ahead, Kim.
no, I was gonna let you finish first, George.
They're all over the place, and the law is not enforced at all. But
Yeah.
it's still there. They're still illegal. There's one in in my town, which is like 30,000 people, man. So
So is it one of those things that, like, I went back to visit some relatives in Iowa, and there's some of my relatives live in a dry county. So what everybody did in this really small town was they would drive south to the border of their state. I think it's down to like not Mississippi, but like where the hell is it? Maryland or Missouri, I think. Anyways, they would drive down south to the border, which is like 10 minutes away, grab up a bunch of alcohol, and then bring it back. And so is it kind of like that with tattoos, or what? Did I lose everybody? I think I just lost everybody. What the hell? Hello? Alright, well, we gotta take a break anyways, so we'll be back shortly here on This Show Sucks.
That was very good.
Thank you.
You are all messy. Why don't you clean up with this shirt?
Are you crazy? I just bought this t-shirt from fallenshirts.com.
Oh, I am sorry. Was it very expensive?
No, fallenshirts.com has t-shirts that are just as funny as t-shirthell.com, but much cheaper. And it is all for a good cause.
What good cause would that be?
Making me look like a dope-ass motherfucker.
Darling, can I speak with you for a moment?
Of course.
I was downloading free songs at fallenmind.com, and they made me want to do naughty things.
That sounds like dirty, disgusting devil music.
If you take me into the bedroom right now, I will let you shoot your man juice all over my face.
I love you with fallenmind.com.
And we're back, and we are minus one cast member. Looks like we lost Jess, but yeah, as soon as she gets back on, I guess we'll add her. So, okay, I guess on with the show. There was a controversy that happened on Facebook recently. Surprise, surprise. There was a guy around I guess it was around the 15th of April. Facebook removed a picture of somebody's off somebody's profile because they called it. They said, and I quote, "Content that you shared on Facebook has been removed because it violated Facebook's statement of rights and responsibilities. Shares, let's see, shares that contain shares. I guess pictures that contain nudity or any kind of graphic or sexually suggestive content are not permitted on Facebook. This message serves as a warning. Additional violations, you'll get cut off, blah, 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 blah." Now, the picture was from, I guess, a movie or TV show, a British TV show or regular TV, whatever. It was of two adult consenting males, fully clothed, kissing each other on the lips. That was it. No sex, no sweaty nudity, nothing. And so they, this guy's Facebook picture got taken off, and well, basically a lot of homosexual groups and human rights groups got up in arms about it. I took part in it. There was actually a huge protest across Facebook where people posted pictures on their profile picture of two men kissing, in protest, of course. And for a little while, from what I hear, Facebook was killing them off left and right for a while. Well, a little bit later, I guess it was a day or two after, I'm not really sure how long after, but it was very soon, Facebook came out and publicly apologized, and I guess, I don't know if they reinstated the picture or not, but they publicly apologized for the whole thing. Now, to me, I've been looking at Facebook apologizing to people's to publicly apologizing for quite a while for all these terminations that they've been doing lately. Not only with these gay pictures, but also there was a woman whose name was Kate Middleton, and that's the same name as the woman who is marrying the Prince of England. So they sniped this poor lady's Facebook page because they said that she was impersonating that person when she had nothing to do with it. You know, they're doing all kinds of shit like that, and so it makes me wonder. Well, first of all, I'm wondering, you know, and I'm just asking your opinions on this. You know, there's no real facts on this part. You know, do you guys think Facebook is homophobic, or do you think that this was an action of like one or two lone moderators doing that because of their own prejudice, or do you think it's the entire corporation is prejudice, or well,
now
what?
Pretty Poodle makes a good point in the chat room. She's saying that somebody had to report the image.
Very true.
In order for them to even look at it.
Very true. Although I do wonder, and this is just my opinion, I do wonder sometimes if there are moderators on Facebook who go around to profiles just to see if anyone's doing anything wrong, and then sniping them out.
Yeah, that's why Ray's been deleted 5 times.
I'm not surprised.
I've been deleted like twice now, and it's over because I've had people tell me I really don't post too heinous of things, I guess.
Yeah. What are you doing, Kim?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for my notes.
I figured you were looking up gay pornography.
I am all the time. I'm kinky like that.
So yeah, I mean,
Facebook deleted me after I deleted my account.
Now, yeah, well, that was interesting what you did. You posted just outlandish, outrageous pornography just to get your account deleted, and they didn't delete you.
No, I posted a bunch of pornography because I was going to delete that account.
Yeah.
I was going to close out my account and for a while, and I came back to open it up, and it was already deleted. They had deleted it while I was in hiatus and had deleted it myself.
Well, that's crazy. So, what do you guys think about all these, Facebook has been coming out with, like, all these new, great features, without informing the public that they're going to be doing this. They're killing people off for reasons, sometimes they won't even tell you. Hell, I've had an account shut off, and they didn't even give me an explanation. What do you guys think about that kind of shit?
I think it's
the
ridiculous.
Facebook Nazis, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the Nazis. I swear, because, seriously, the last 2 times that I've been deleted, I didn't even get a warning or something to indicate why it got deleted. I've even emailed them and questioned their intelligence. It's like, look, I could still come back on and on and on and on. It'll drive you nuts.
Right.
Because, I want an answer. I have a right to an answer, and you're not giving it to me. So
Right.
you have no right to delete me.
Yeah, and
they'll tell you they're going to delete your pics, and then they delete it, and they don't tell you which pic it was, so you don't know what you posted that was offensive.
right, or sometimes
Yeah,
they'll delete the shit, but they won't tell you why they considered it offensive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's fucking crazy. Well, I was going to go into the commercial before we go on to the next subject, but screw it, I'm just going to go on. Speaking of all that stuff, offensiveness and so on, I don't know how many, are either of you sports fans, basketball fans?
I watch a little bit of basketball.
Okay. I don't know if you heard about the whole Kobe Bryant deal going on recently.
The new one? I didn't know there was a new one. No, what was it? What is it?
He yelled faggot at a referee recently, and it was caught on video. They had done a close-up after he'd gotten hit by a referee for a technical foul, actually his 15th technical foul of the season, and he was, I guess, put on the bench or whatever. Anyway, so he got pissed off and went to the bench and sat down, and he's yelling. He yelled at the referee, called him a faggot, and I'm not slandering anybody, though that was his word that he used. And so the NBA fined him $100,000 for yelling this anti-gay slur at the referee. The LA Times reported that Bryant was irritated after he was called for an offensive foul and received his 15th technical foul, or 15th technical of the season during the game. He punched a chair on the Lakers bench before he sat, threw down a towel, and yelled Benny, which was the name of the referee, before uttering a curse word followed by the word faggot. They also reported that this $100,000 fine, is one of the heaviest levied by the NBA this season. Of course, Kobe Bryant makes over $300,000 per regular season game, so it's not really going to take much out of his pocket, I don't think. The NBA commissioner said that the outburst was offensive and inexcusable. He said, while I'm fully aware that basketball is an emotional game, excuse me, such a distasteful term should never be tolerated. Kobe and everyone associated with the NBA know that insensitive or derogatory comments are not acceptable and have no place in our game or society. Now, Kobe has apologized for this. He said, and he issued a statement with his apology saying that the comment should not be taken literally. He said, my actions are out of frustration during the heat of the game, period. The words expressed do not reflect my feelings toward the gay or lesbian community, and were not meant to offend anyone. And he also said later on a talk show that the comment, he said, the comment I made, even though it wasn't meant in the way it was perceived to be, is nonetheless wrong, so it's important to own that. Now, I'm glad, personally, I'm glad that...
How can you perceive it? I mean, how can you perceive that as nothing other than a derogatory comment?
Right. Well, you can't. Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that I'm glad that he apologized for it. But I'm wondering, okay, I'm of the opinion of when you're really pissed off, usually you say the first thing that's on your mind, and usually you show at least a hint of your true self. You're very emotional, you're not thinking clearly, and you're saying whatever is off the top of your head, or at least you're trying not to say whatever's off the top of your head, but it's very difficult. And so I'm wondering, are there some deeper issues here with his anger? Do you think he really is homophobic and prejudiced and is just trying to keep from another scandal going on?
Letting that get out to the public and
letting
that be known.
Right. So you guys, what do you guys think?
I've got friends who are not homophobic, and they have no problems with, we have friends that are mutual friends that are homosexuals, and they say faggot. I mean, I personally don't say it just because out of respect for my homosexual friend, but I have friends who, are mutual friends with other gay friends of mine, and they say it, but not out of anger.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
right. Yeah, well, it's a tough call because it's kind of like saying the N-word. In my opinion, it's kind of like saying the N-word. If you say it to somebody, no matter what color they are, they basically have to be okay with it. If you're using it towards somebody that you don't know whether they're okay with it or not, or you're saying it out of anger towards somebody, then yeah, it's very wrong. But if you're saying it amongst your friends, like sometimes I'll say to Jess, like just joking around, "Hey, my nigga, what's going on?" Just joking around. That's not a big deal. Other people on the outside who don't know us, who aren't our friends, might say that that's a big deal, to them. However, between me and her, it's no big deal. So,
right.
I guess it's
I
all.
say it's Austin all the time.
Yeah, he's our token black friend, right?
Yeah, he is our token black friend. How much are you? He's an ace black. In all seriousness, he is an ace black.
Mm-hmm.
My father has given him it's just a joke between them, but he calls him an albino stir chucker.
Well, he is the whitest black man I've ever seen.
Yes, and
Whitest black man.
That's right.
Yeah, and he's got the reddest hair I've ever seen on a black man too. That is awesome.
Yes, he has very red hair.
And of course, Jess is the whitest Native American I've ever seen too. So.
Well, and I have like Korean, Irish, and Native American, and people think I'm Mexican. So.
So have you ever gone around talking like with the cholo type voice? You know, hey papi, you know, all that kind of stuff, or what?
The funny thing was that I had went down to the very well, not as far as like Brownsville, but around like Corpus Christi area, and you know, I'd go out in public, do some shopping, get some food, and next thing you know, I mean, I'm not kidding you, just a huge amount of it was a family actually running up. They thought I was a cousin of theirs.
Really?
And I'm sitting there. Yeah, and I'm blinking at them like, no comprende.
Oh, boy.
They were just trying to get some tail. They didn't think you were actually their cousin, just so you know.
Yeah. Oh, why did you hire them, George?
It's just natural. That's the way. That's what they say. Whatever guy says, I think you're related to me.
Okay, Barry White.
Speaking of the voice of God, you wanted to do a segment for the new commandment of the week, didn't you, George?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, why don't we go into that and then wrap up the show?
Okay.
I don't really have a sound effect for it because I really don't know.
That's all right. Just give God a little introduction. That's all.
And now the voice of God.
Hello, my children. How are you this evening?
Sucktacular.
That's wonderful.
Oh, Mr. Naughty God, please don't strike me.
You can spank me.
You would enjoy it too much, Kim.
Yeah, you can like hit me with the Bible and call me your little bitch. That'll be sexy. Do you have a commandment? Oh, okay, good.
Yes, I have come here tonight to, as you know, Moses was just a mere mortal and could only carry 2 stones, and I could only fit 5 commandments on each stone. So you people only know of the 10 commandments, and actually there are hundreds. I just couldn't get Moses to come back up the mountain to carry the rest of them down.
Next time,
so they're still up there if anybody ever finds it.
Next time we need to give you an echo on your voice or something. That would really add to the... Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You threw God off. So I would like to give you a couple of commandments tonight. One of the commandments being, if thy woman is on the period, thou shouldst tell the man before he goeth downeth. Amen.
Oh, come on, man. You know, why don't you part the Red Seas or some shit?
You mere mortals don't have that. You guys can't do that. So, you know, I'm letting the women know.
Oh, you can do wonderful things with tampons, man. You get like about 2 or 3 and just, yeah. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
I had a friend of mine.
Are you still God? Are you still God or no?
Yes, I'm still God. Sorry.
God. Okay. Okay.
I had an angel up here. One of her kids found a tampon in the bathroom and asked what it was, and this was around Christmas time. And she said it's a Christmas tree ornament that you make yourself. And she took a cup of water and added green food coloring to it. Dumped the tampon down in the water and pulled it out, and it looked like a Christmas tree.
Man.
They had a green tampon on the Christmas tree that year. Don't get all choked up, man.
You're a kinky motherfucker, God.
It wasn't me. It was one of the angels.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ. Also, if another one last commandment before I leave.
Oh, okay.
If thou art single, thou shalt never refuse a blowjob.
So saith the Lord. Now, I have a question for God. If you're everywhere, are you in the toilet when I'm taking a shit?
Yes, and I really wish you would stop looking at me with that big brown eye of yours. It's kind of grossing me out a little bit.
All
I
right.
can make mine wink for you, God.
I know, and I appreciate that. I just want you to know it takes everything I have, that every time you guys are on the toilet taking a dump and you fart, it takes everything I have not to stick my finger in your open butthole.
Oh man, that might be fun though.
Yeah, for both of us.
All right, well, thank you for stopping by, God. Next time we'll have like some theme music or something. We'll have like ah in the background or some shit.
Roger that.
Oh,
You
we
guys
can
have a good one.
All right.
Live long and prosper.
Gods of Vulcan? What the fuck? All right. Well, I guess that pretty much wraps up the show. We're gonna end just a little bit early tonight. I was hoping Jess would come back, but guess not. So thank you guys for listening to This Show Sucks here on thisshowsucks.com. We're gonna, as I said in the beginning of the show, we're gonna try to fix the sound problems as we go along. But I think from now on we're going to be broadcasting here on thisshowsucks.com. Our chat room will be on the website as well, so you can check back on that for every show. We're broadcasting to you live every Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific. If you don't know in your neck of the woods what time that will be, click on when to tune in at the very top on the menu, and that will let you know what time that you need to tune in. We should also be putting archives on the website as well. So hopefully, all in all, we'll get our shit together and we won't suck as much as we do right now. But that's a part of our appeal, don't you think?
Oh yeah. And on a side note, if you're not sure what time the show starts, we can always have Kim give you a call.
I will call you.
She
I
will.
will tell you to push the midgets and the hookers off your lap and get your ass on the show.
She will reach for the phone and shove a chopstick up your ass, man. Alright, well, thank you again, and we are out of here. Good night.
This Show Sucks is sponsored by FallenShirts.com. Music provided by the band A Fallen Mind at afallenmind.com. Please visit our sponsors so that this show can remain free. Thank you.